It's the motherfucking flame, nigga. Strictly pyro business. Free the homies. R.I.P. thugs. Trial and tribulations when you in that shit, nigga. Lost souls and broken homes. Got me late night sliding. Got me doing all this driving. Window.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Flip&EazyDiscussions, man. Appreciate everybody that tuned in on the last video, the Alex Rosin. This right here is going to be the Nolan Wells update. If you guys aren't familiar with the Nolan Wells case, let me break it down real quick before we get over to the sweet spot. Shout out to the sweet spot for the update. But we're going to do the breakdown real quick. So boom, Nolan Wells was a football player out of Mississippi. 4th of July weekend, he goes with his friends to a private island and a pool party. Now, in the beginning, it was told that his body was found washed up on shore on the island they were at. And there was a lot of stuff revolving around his phone was taken from him. Why didn't he come back if they had his phone? Why did he get off that other boat that they were on? But what it was this. The relatives of Nolan specifically said, and one of them was a judge, I believe, if it don't quote me on that. Shout out to Hookah Anonymous for this information. Basically that they were not able to board the boat that Nolan was on with his friends due to high capacity. It was too many people on the boat. So Nolan said, all right, I'm going to stay with my girl. You guys could go. I'll see you guys later. So then what happens is, and this is from Nolan's friend speaking out, he said that him and Nolan ended up going to a pool party after that, after the boat situation and all that, because his phone didn't get taken until at the pool party. And that's what a lot of people didn't know about. So boom, they go over to this pool party. And another thing too, another one of Nolan's friends, football friends that he plays football with, that's also a classmate, that's known him for a long time, said that the group of friends that he hangs out with, they partake in a certain substance, but he couldn't say because he was on the news. So, you just kind of have to just understand it was a substance that they were on. Now, same thing was said by Nolan's other friend. He said that they definitely were on a certain substance and that they got into an altercation. Not Nolan, but Nolan's friends got into an altercation, and Nolan didn't get involved, but then they proceeded to take Nolan's phone from him. Now, I also want you guys to know that there was a 38-year-old man with these 19, 21, 18 group of people, which is already kind of weird, right? So boom. Now the friend says this. He says that the last time that he saw Nolan was after the altercation. The mom came out and was yelling, saying everybody had to leave, but she wouldn't let Nolan leave because he was trying to leave, but they wouldn't let him leave. Now, he said that Nolan wasn't acting normal. He was spitting blood into the pool by like a basketball hoop type of thing. And that he was very not coherent, real dizzy, wasn't saying too much, just with his head down, spitting blood. And he was drunk, but they say, his friend says that he did not take part in that substance that those other people in the group were doing. But he was drunk. So he said that. That's on record. So, boom. The last time that he had seen Nolan was spitting blood into the pool, right? So after that, the mom kicks everybody out, but she won't let Nolan leave. Now, the girlfriend is speaking out, and the girlfriend is saying that she didn't see, anything weird happen to Nolan or see him spitting out blood or any of those things. She's saying that he left the pool party fine, right? But Nolan's friend is saying that he never seen him leave the pool party. They all had to leave. Everybody that was there all got kicked out by the mom, supposedly, right? Now, boom, it hits the news. They found a body over there off ashore, because in the beginning they were trying to make the story look like that, oh, the boat hit a high tide, the boat that Nolan was on, that's how he drowned. There was nobody was out there to save him because it's a private island, it's secluded. A lot of people go to private islands to do a lot of bad things, so there was nobody there to help him. But that's not true. I'm pretty sure, and this is just what I think that he passed away. He was unalived at that pool party, and they took his body and they put it by the shore to make it look like he drowned it or something happened with the boat. But we're going to hear more in detail with the autopsy when they're saying now that there's burn marks and marks of look like that he was tortured with certain weapons. And it just gets very, very sad and very scary, man. We're going to slide over here to the sweet spot and get the rest of the information right here, because this is my first time hearing this new update. Like I said, I just wanted to give y'all, a good breakdown and catch y'all up if you don't know about the situation. So like I said, the last thing that I heard was his friend said that, they seen him spitting blood at the pool party. Everybody in the friend group except this friend deactivated their account. The mom that kicked everybody out deactivated her account. The girlfriend deactivated their account. And the friend too also does recall that they had Nolan's phone as well. So we're going to get over right here to the sweet spot, and she's going to break down the rest for us. And shout out to the sweet spot. No, the messy sweet spot. My bad. Sorry about that. The messy sweet spot. All right. Nolan Wells burned, tortured, and the autopsy they keep delaying. Let's check this out.
And I sat with this for hours. When I tell you what they did to Nolan Wells, I need y'all to understand something, because I sat with this for hours. And every time I think I processed it, y'all, I find out something else, and it just keeps cutting deeper and deeper and deeper. They burned him. They burned Nolan Wells alive. They tortured his body. And then they put him face down in a van. Like he wasn't a child. Like he wasn't somebody's son. I got the video clips, okay? And if you guys want me to play the video clips in this video, press a 4. I'm going to play it, because everybody need to hear this. Everybody need to see this, because a transport worker, somebody who moves bodies for a living, somebody who's seen every horror you can imagine, they saw Nolan and they called somebody and they were crying. They were so shaken up. I want y'all to listen to this.
Today. So today, we actually know someone that works transporting bodies, human remains, and things like that. So today I got a call from that person, and they were just talking about the body that they
came across. This was Nolan Wells.
So before knowing all that, he said that the body was mistreated.
Yeah.
It looked abused. It looked like he was tortured. Looked as if he was burnt, maybe.
Where?
Face, body, said he was burnt.
And not only that, his body was mistreated when they transported him.
So as they were transporting him, he was actually face down. So everyone knows when you're transporting the body, when, only a couple of people work that job, they all know you don't transport the body face down. That's kind of very disrespectful. So you always have them face up. Well, specifically his body whatever reason was face down. And me personally, I took that as disrespect.
Yeah.
Heart goes out to the family.
Yes, definitely.
Because all we know is what they put out
on the internet.
But today we actually found out a lot about his autopsy without even reading the autopsy.
Yeah.
It's heartbreaking.
I'm so sorry that family have to go through this. Really, just
want to give our condolences to the family. You know, as a mom or moms,
grandmothers,
dads, family. Period. You know, just we give the most prayers to you, and we stand behind you because we know right what really happened. Right. So, and at the end of the day, whatever lies those families have covered up, or whatever lies they're trying to cover, we're sorry. Yeah. And we're here for you. And we just want you to know that what was seen today was unacceptable. It's unacceptable. And that's why we want to inform what's going on during the transport. Like that. Something you can be quiet on at all. When you've seen something so heartbreaking as a child, you know, go through something traumatic. Yes. It hurts to know that was done to him in the ways that we can't even express. Right. And as a person, you should have some type of humanity. Right. And I felt like those people who was transporting him did not have humanity in no way, shape, or form. Because if I can feel the way I feel about the situation, just listening to what happened, you also can listen to what happened to this child. Right. Because at the end of the day, that is a child that you did that to. Right. So this child needs justice. Because we're not going to sleep until he gets it. At all. And I heard the feds, so I
mistreated, abused, tortured, burnt. Y'all hear that? Face down. They put him face down. You don't put a body face down. You just don't. That's not protocol. That's not respect. That's not hiding something. That's making sure nobody see what they did to his face. And they identified him by his dental records, his teeth, because his mama couldn't look at him and say, that's my baby. Whatever they did to his face, they destroyed it. They burnt it off. They made him unrecognizable. They hated him. And I'm sitting here and I'm sitting here trying to understand how in the hell can the sheriff look at that and say no foul play? How a man looked at a burned, tortured child and say, nah, this right here, this normal. This a black kid, it's normal. Yeah, nothing to see here, folks. I'm trying to understand, and I can't understand it because it ain't human. It ain't human what they did, and it ain't human how they covering it up. It reminds me of the black bodies on the crosses that they used to burn up in Mississippi, and the white supremacists did it. It reminds me of that type of energy. It's that type of spirit on July the 4th on the Devil Horns Island, okay? And you can tell me all day, well, they were his friends. Those white people were his friends. Bull crap. And the white supremacy, that's a religion within itself, okay? And they have rituals. They have sacrifice.
It's so crazy that she said that it was a ritual or a sacrifice, because that's literally what I told the homie the other day when we first started watching the case. I was like, okay, they're on a private island. He didn't come back. It's a bunch of white people. And like, I don't know, bro. It's just like, that shit's crazy, bro. But it's just like, it's not shocking because, you know, stuff happens all the time, man, you know. But especially in Mississippi, in a southern state like that, you know, there's a lot of racism, a lot of hate still. But that's just, man, that's disgusting, bro. That shit is disgusting, homie. Like, I can't even really stomach it like that, bro. The fact that she said that his face was so dismembered that his mom couldn't identify him, and that he was so burned to the point where his whole face was burned off, bro. Like, what kind of fucking person you have to be to do this to somebody that's that young, bro? They literally just graduated high school, just started going to college, gang, that had their whole life ahead of them, bro. They was doing good. They was a talented football player. They was a cool person. Everybody loved that kid, man. And that shit's just tragic, bro. My condolences, my prayers, my blessings go out to Nolan Wells' family. And man, this shit is just crazy, man. Like, I'm just shocked for words, bro. I don't even really want to react to the rest of this, but I kind of do want to hear more, bro, because it's just too fucking nuts, bro. And I do need to hear more because justice needs to be served. This truth needs to be exposed. And for this sheriff in Mississippi to say that there's no foul play is just evil. It's plain evil, man. We gonna get back to some of this video. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to finish the rest, man. This is really something that's really just, I cannot stomach this shit, bro. This is disgusting. This is horrible. This is just crazy. It's sad. I'm lost for words, gang.
Sacrifices, they have ceremonies. Hello? And I believe one of their ceremonies and sacrifices are burning bodies, black bodies, like they did on the cross. Okay? I do believe this is part of it. I believe it. It's my belief. Okay? Honey? And we're gonna get into all of it. I promise y'all. Okay? The phone, the elbow, the shepherd, the fake friend, all the fake friends that's coming out here, part of the PR campaign that they got going on. We haven't heard nothing from the white boys that was on a boat. Warren, Wyatt, Andrew, they protected. But we hearing all these people that's paid to talk. Come on now. And the FBI, Devil Horns Island, we're going to talk about that too. But I need y'all to never forget what I just told you. They burned him. They tortured him. They put his face down. And they think we stupid enough to believe this was an accident? After they do all that, after they burn him, torture him, destroy his face, put him face down like trash, after all that, they got the nerve to run a whole public relations campaign.
So basically what she's saying is these friends that are coming out and speaking are paid to speak. It's almost like they're crisis actors. If you know about crisis actors and paid crisis actors for shootings and different incidents like that, you know, look it up, bro. Crisis acting is a real thing. That's some crazy shit. I mean, but if she's saying that this is all a PR stunt for all these people that are coming out to talk, so basically we don't know if that information that these people, these friends that came out and said anything was true or not. That shit could have been said, stuff that they were told to say. I mean, that's just crazy in itself right there. Now Devil Horns Island, I never heard of that. I do know they do rituals on private islands and certain things of that nature, but I don't know if that specific one. And this is just nuts, man. I just really don't know what to say anymore, bro.
They put a black assistant coach in front of the camera. Someone who interacted with Nolan, who works at his school, who needed permission from the district to even speak to the media. And what he say? I don't think it was no racial tension. It was a tight-knit community. We loved each other. We didn't see race. We are here in Mississippi, and black and white people, we love each other like we're brothers and sisters. We don't see any race. We don't see color. No way Nolan was taken out because of racial tension, because in Mississippi, in this community, we just don't see color. But then, and this is the part that gets me, y'all. Then they say some stuff might have happened that I didn't see, so I can't speak wholeheartedly on it. What? So why are you speaking then? What's the point of you speaking? You don't got nothing to add to it. So what you speaking? Your whole thing as the black coach, as a black face, is to say no racial tension. That's all you wanted to say. That's all this was about, because he didn't have nothing to add. Why they put you in front of us? Why are you wasting our time? Why not the head coach? Why not the principal? Because they was white and you want to put a black face in front of us to make us feel better? To tell us to relax? Why not the actual friends who was on the boat? Wyatt, yeah, Andrew, yeah, Warren. What about them?
Don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure that the Andrew dude that she's talking about is the oldest one. Was the oldest one there, which was, I think he was 35 to 38. Right. So actually, we could pull up a picture. There's a picture of them at the pool party. He looks very deranged. I would pull up the picture, but I don't want to go all the way to Hookah Anonymous again. Trying to stay on her because she's really talking about some real, like, really revealing everything that's went down. I didn't know nothing about this PR campaign they got going on, or pay crisis actors, which is basically what she's speaking on. That right there is nuts, gang. Like, it's not really nuts to hear it because I know about pay crisis actors, but I didn't know in this situation that's what they was doing. But I should have not been, fooled or surprised by this.
Why we hearing from Shepard, huh? Who called himself Nolan's best friend, which is a lie. But Nolan's parents never met him, okay? Never met him. Don't know him. Never came to their house. Because they putting black faces in front of us to say everything is fine. That's why. They are putting the assistant coach, the best friend, the fake best friend, and anybody they can find to say race was not a factor. While the real friends, the ones whose parent is a judge, while they lawyer up, delete social media, and don't say nothing. That's the game. That is the game, and we see it, we clocking it, and we see all of it, right? Press 2, we clocking it. We seeing all of it. And then we got a phone story, y'all. Baby, the phone story. Nolan mama, Christine, she calls to Shamima. What's her name? To Shima. That's one of the other boys' mamas. She says, where my son at? He ain't been heard from. So Tashima starts calling around. Call her son Javon. He ain't seen Nolan since earlier on the island. Call Jalen. He don't answer. Call the other boy. He answered. Say Jalen at the gas station. Then they start tracking Nolan's phone. And the Snapchat location showed the phone at a different place than what Christine's, Nolan's mother, tracker says. So they go to the house, and what do they find? A house full of white people. Yeah, a house full of people, lights off, watching TV with Nolan's phone inside. And I bet you, y'all, them white folks was like, all right, y'all, let's watch TV. Let's act normal. Here they come. Yeah, they all in this shit together. Wyatt, one of the friends, he say the phone is in his truck, but it take 15 minutes to get it. 15 minutes. And to Shamima, Javon's mama, asks a question. We all thinking, did y'all have to walk back to Horns Island to get the phone? Okay. Why is it taking y'all 15 minutes to get the damn phone? What's going on? Because why it takes so long? Why the lights are off? Why y'all sitting here watching TV like everything is normal while Nolan mama out here panicking, looking for her son? And then we find out the Snapchat messages all gone, all deleted, all erased. The friend had his phone, had his Snapchat, and now the messages just disappear. You telling me that's a damn coincidence? You telling me that's just a bunch of kids being careless? Hell no. That's evidence being destroyed. That's a damn cover up in real time. And we watching it happen, y'all. We are watching it happen. And then, honey, we got on did y'all see the CNN interview? Javon, the so-called friend, the one that was on TMZ, scratching, digging all in his head, looking all around like he done lost. Okay. Ooh. They got on CNN. He's sitting up there next to his mama, right? And the reporter asked him, did you see Nolan on the island that day? And Javon said, yes, ma'am, I did see him. And his mama elbowed him right there on the camera, y'all. Hit that boy with her elbow like, shut up, like you saying too much, like we practiced what you were supposed to say, and this wasn't it now. The elbow, y'all, we saw the elbow. Press 3 if you saw that elbow, and if you didn't see it, go back and watch it, because that right there, that tells you everything you need to know about these interviews that they're going out here. These kids are coached. They is told what to say. They is scared to tell the truth. And the mama, she either protecting her son from saying too much or she's protecting somebody else. Either way, that elbow was evidence. That elbow was a confession without words. And then we got Shepherd. Can we talk about him? Yeah. Sheriff John, let's talk about Shepherd. This man looked at a burnt, tortured face, destroyed black body. Now, let's go to the sheriff first. The sheriff looked at the burnt, tortured face, destroyed black body, child. A child who went on a boat with 3 white boys, only 3 came back, and he said, no foul play. The sheriff, no foul play. Before the autopsy, before the investigation, before the family even asked for an independent autopsy, the sheriff looked at all that and said, nah, this stuff right here, this normal. This is a black kid. This normal. No foul play. They'll believe it. They'll eat it up. Nothing to hear, see here, folks. That's why I'm saying they all in cahoots with this, y'all. Okay? It is at the top of the government. It's probably even bigger than the government we're talking about. Okay, these are major players, and they got plants all in different levels, baby. And they want the minds of young white boys. That is who they're going to target. Okay, and they're going to have to make some sacrifice to make sure they really down with the white supremacy program. Hello, birthplace Mississippi. So you know that's the main target over there. But then after the family said, we want our own autopsy, then them 3 boys, they went and got lawyers. Yeah, they went and got lawyers because they already knew, damn, you getting your own autopsy? Well, let's lawyer up, because they figured if it was done by Mississippi autopsy, the sheriff already in cahoots, the judge already in cahoots. They already got people in the FBI. So they figured, shit, we cool. We can say however we want to say. They got the examiner on their side. So they was cool. But once they did that independent autopsy, that's when they lawyered up. They like, damn, this might be something now. Then the judge mama started running her mouth, intimidating witnesses, telling people to delete.
All right, we're probably gonna watch that maybe 4 or 5 more minutes, but yeah, man. So now it's being said that all these people, like I said, are paid crisis actors, PR campaign. The mom even elbowed the kid that supposedly was Nolan's friend on CNN when he said that yes, he did see him on the island. The sheriff said there's no foul play, and she's basically saying this was a ritual sacrifice, blood sacrifice for the white supremacists / Illuminati / the higher ups, higher players. And now the judge is witness tampering and threatening the witnesses to not come out and talk. This is just nuts. Like, but yeah, Mississippi's always been racist, so it's not a surprise. And for the coach to come out and say there was no racial hate with that, no racial hate, they didn't look at race at all. It's bullshit.
Social media, telling the boy, delete that shit, delete. Why you gotta delete social media if you ain't do nothing? You come on. Then we find out the body was burned and tortured and transported face down. And you telling me that's not connected? You telling me that's not a cover-up? The sheriff knew. The sheriff always knew. And the sheriff is still protecting the people who did this. And now they tell us the FBI is involved. The FBI, Trump's FBI, Kash Patel's FBI, the same FBI that has never been a friend to Black people. They say it's because Horns Island is federal land, and they say it's normal for the FBI to assist. They say they're helping with the forensics examination of digital evidence. But baby, one of the comments says something that made my blood run cold, okay? They say one of those kids has a relative in the FBI. Did y'all hear that? One of those white kids have a parent and a father in the FBI. One of the kids has a father in the FBI. So the same FBI that's supposed to be investigating is also protecting one of the suspect's family. The same FBI that's examining the digital evidence is also connected to the people who had Nolan's phone. The same FBI that was interviewing 60 witnesses, but somehow can't make one arrest. That ain't no damn investigation, y'all. That's a cover up with a badge. That's a fix being put in at the highest level. And they want us to trust them. They want us to send our videos and photos to the sheriff department. I wouldn't send a thing. I would not send a thing, baby. I'm going to make it public. Yeah. If I have videos and photos, I'm making it public, make it loud, because the only thing that can't hide is what the whole world already saw, right? And it happened on July the 4th. Are we just going to bypass that? Independence Day, the day they celebrate freedom. While 250 white supremacists march at the White House with their faces covered. On the same day, a strong, athletic Black man was lured into a boat by people who called themselves his friends. And they took him to that Devil's Horns Island. Devil Horns Island, y'all, because that's what it is. The horns, the rituals, the sacrifice. And I need y'all to remember what I told you at the beginning of this video. They burned him. They tortured him. They destroyed his face. They put him face down. That was not a drowning. That was no accident. That was a sacrifice. That the communion of white supremacy. The body and blood of a Black child offered up to the altar of America independence.
Yeah, man, that's gonna be it for that one, man. Y'all go over there and slide up to the messy sweet spot if you want to watch the last 6 minutes, but she broke it down for sure. Finding out that the FBI is working on the case and that island is government island. I already knew that was government island. I was saying that to the homie the other day. So that's what makes it more of a ritual. But the FBI also is protecting one of the families, and one of the kids that was on the boat, their dad is from the FBI as well. He works for the FBI. Yeah, man, I hate to say it, but that was a ritual for Independence Day, man. And you know what the behind the meaning, the backwards meaning of the 4th of July is and everything, you know, towards Black people. It's very hateful, very racial when it comes to that, right? So it's not surprising. It's really sad. Like, but that's just how it goes, bro. That's a ritual on Independence Day. It's a holiday to celebrate freedom, right? But hey, man, prayers go up to Nolan Wells' family. Prayers go up to the real friends of Nolan Wells that are mourning him. Shout out to Messy Sweet Spot. Hit the like button, hype the video, share it, hit that notification bell. Rest in paradise, Nolan Wells. We out.
It's the motherfucking flame, nigga. Strictly power business. Free the homies. R.I.P. thugs. Trial and tribulations when you in that shit, nigga. Lost souls and broken homes. Got me late night sliding. Got me doing all this driving. Window